Randy, those protesters had 6 demands and they wouldn't let her leave until she signed off on them. But here's why experts say that has no legal standing. The day was Sunday, and Minneapolis City Council Vice President Andrea Jenkins had just left a Pride event at Loring Park. What happened next was caught on camera and posted by a community activist named DJ Hooker.
So here we are. We're outside Loring Park.
In it, Hooker accuses Jenkins of angrily confronting him, not passing legislation, and supporting the Minneapolis Police Department while a group of people blocked the car she's in.
She came here to say that she came out and she comes out for public defense, even though she helps support the cops who kill black people. We have arrested a man.
Hooker says the dispute lasted 90 minutes and only ended when Jenkins signed off on 6 demands, including creating a police accountability commission, supporting the resignation of the city's mayor, and dropping charges against protesters. Longtime attorney Mike Patton says because Jenkins was under duress, the contract has no legal standing.
It's one thing to exercise your First Amendment rights, which is fine, but that's intimidating and inappropriate conduct.
Patton defines these actions as disorderly conduct and says Jenkins could file charges, while lawmakers, he said, should consider taking action.
I think there really should be legislation specifically for elected officials to prevent that type of thing from happening. I think it's something that should be looked at.
Jenkins also released a statement saying she's willing to sit down with activists to understand their policy recommendations, but added she refuses to be bullied and held hostage to somehow accomplish that. The Minneapolis mayor also releasing a statement tonight calling what happened fundamentally wrong. We also reached out to one of the organizations that Hooker has been associated with in the past, but we have not heard back. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Jennifer.